Pain from betrayal or heartbreak can feel overwhelming, but it doesn't have to define your future. If someone cheats on you or hurts you deeply, your response matters more than their actions. Here are 6 powerful, SEO-friendly key points to help you heal, grow, and come back stronger. Acceptance begins when you stop running from the truth and allow yourself to face what really happened. When someone cheats or hurts you, your mind may try to protect you by denying the reality, making excuses, or replaying moments, hoping the outcome will change. But healing cannot start until you acknowledge the situation exactly as it is, not as you wish it to be. This means recognizing the betrayal, understanding the impact it has had on your emotions, and giving yourself permission to feel the pain without suppressing it. Pain is not your enemy. It is a signal that something meaningful has been affected. Instead of asking, why did this happen to me? Shift your thinking toward, what is this teaching me? This simple change in perspective empowers you to move from a victim mindset to a growth mindset. Acceptance does not mean you agree with what happened or that you approve of someone's actions. It simply means you are no longer resisting reality. Resistance keeps you stuck, while acceptance opens the door to clarity and strength. When you accept the truth, you stop wasting energy trying to change the past and start focusing on what you can control, your response and your future. Allow yourself to process your emotions honestly. Whether it's anger, sadness, confusion, or disappointment, each feeling deserves to be acknowledged. Bottling up emotions only delays healing and often makes the pain stronger over time. Talking to someone you trust, writing down your thoughts, or spending quiet time reflecting can help you understand your emotions better. As you accept what has happened, you begin to detach from the illusion of what you thought the relationship was and see it for what it truly is. Acceptance also strengthens your self-awareness. You begin to recognize patterns, understand your boundaries, and gain insight into what you truly deserve. This clarity becomes a powerful tool that guides your future decisions and protects you from similar situations. Self-blame often creeps in quietly after betrayal, making you question your worth, your actions, and even your identity. You may replay conversations in your head, wondering what you could have said differently or how you could have acted better. This mental loop can be exhausting and damaging because it shifts responsibility away from the person who caused the hurt and places it unfairly on you. The truth is, someone choosing to cheat or hurt you is a reflection of their decisions, their values, and their integrity, not a measure of your value as a person. It's important to understand that no one deserves betrayal. You could have been more loving, more patient, or more understanding, and it still wouldn't justify someone breaking your trust. When you blame yourself, you unknowingly give power to the pain and allow it to shape how you see yourself. This can lower your confidence, create insecurity, and make it harder for you to trust again in the future. Letting go of self-blame is not about ignoring your own growth or mistakes. It's about separating your personal development from someone else's harmful actions. Start by challenging the negative thoughts that arise in your mind. When you catch yourself thinking, I wasn't enough or I caused this, pause and replace those thoughts with truth-based affirmations like, I deserved honesty and I am worthy of respect. Over time, this practice rewires your thinking and helps rebuild your self-esteem. Remind yourself of your strengths, your values, and the qualities that make you who you are. You are not defined by how someone treated you. Surrounding yourself with supportive people can also help you break free from self-blame. When you hear perspectives from those who genuinely care about you, it becomes easier to see the situation more clearly and objectively. They can remind you of your worth when your own mind tries to convince you otherwise. Additionally, focusing on self-care, whether it's physical activity, creative expression, or simply taking time to rest, can restore your sense of balance and inner strength. As you release self-blame, you create space for self-respect to grow. You begin to stand taller, think clearer, and move forward without carrying unnecessary guilt. This shift allows you to rebuild your confidence and approach future relationships with a stronger sense of self, knowing that your value has always been intact. Holding on to someone who continues to hurt you only deepens the emotional damage and delays your healing. When a person proves through their actions that they are willing to disrespect your feelings or break your trust, staying connected to them keeps you trapped in a cycle of pain. Creating distance is not about revenge or anger. It is about self-respect and protecting your emotional well-being. You are choosing peace over chaos, clarity over confusion, and growth over attachment. Detaching can feel difficult at first, especially if you shared strong emotional bonds or meaningful memories. Your mind may try to pull you back by reminding you of the good moments, making you question whether you are being too harsh. But it's important to look at the full picture, not just the highlights. A relationship should make you feel valued, safe, and respected consistently, not occasionally. When hurt becomes a pattern, distance becomes necessary. Start by setting clear boundaries. This might mean limiting communication, avoiding unnecessary interactions, or even completely cutting contact if needed. Boundaries are not meant to punish the other person. They are meant to protect you. Without boundaries, people who have already crossed the line are more likely to do it again. By defining what you will and will not accept, you take back control of your emotional space. It also helps to remove triggers that keep reopening the wound. This could include unfollowing them on social media, avoiding places that constantly remind you of them, or letting go of items that carry emotional weight. These steps may seem small, but they play a powerful role in helping your mind detach and refocus. The less you expose yourself to reminders, the easier it becomes to regain emotional stability. During this process, redirect your energy toward yourself. Invest in activities that bring you peace, reconnect with people who uplift you, and spend time building a life that does not revolve around the person who hurt you. The goal is not just to move on, but to move forward stronger and wiser. As you create healthy distance, you begin to realize that your peace is far more valuable than any toxic connection. You learn that letting go is not a loss. It is a powerful decision to choose yourself. Pain can either break you or build you, and the direction it takes depends on how you choose to respond. When someone hurts you, it creates an opportunity, one that doesn't feel like a gift at first, to turn inward and focus on your own growth. Instead of allowing the experience to drain your energy, you can use it as fuel to become a stronger, wiser, and more resilient version of yourself. Growth begins the moment you decide that your healing matters more than your hurt. Start by reconnecting with yourself. In many relationships, people lose parts of who they are while trying to maintain a bond. This is your chance to rediscover your interests, passions, and goals. Spend time doing things that genuinely make you feel alive, whether it's learning a new skill, improving your physical health, or exploring creative outlets. Each small step you take towards self-improvement rebuilds your confidence and reminds you of your independence. Emotional healing is just as important as personal development. Give yourself the space to process what you've been through without rushing the journey. Some days will feel heavier than others, and that's completely normal. What matters is consistency in choosing yourself, even on the difficult days. Practices like journaling, mindfulness, or simply reflecting on your thoughts can help you understand your emotions and gradually release them. Healing is not about forgetting. It's about growing beyond the pain. Set new goals that excite and challenge you. When your focus shifts toward building a better future, the past slowly loses its hold on you. These goals don't have to be huge. Even small achievements can create a sense of progress and purpose. As you accomplish them, you begin to see your own strength more clearly. You realize that your life is not defined by what happened to you, but by what you choose to do next. Surround yourself with positive influences that encourage your growth. Being around people who support your journey can uplift your mindset and keep you motivated. At the same time, limit exposure to negativity that pulls you back into old patterns of thinking. Your environment plays a powerful role in shaping your progress. Over time, the pain you once felt so deeply begins to transform into wisdom. You become more aware of your worth, more confident in your decisions, and more intentional about the life you want to create. What once hurt you becomes the very thing that pushed you to evolve. Forgiveness is often misunderstood as excusing someone's behavior or pretending the pain never happened, but in reality, it is a powerful act of releasing the emotional weight you've been carrying. When someone hurts you, the anger and resentment can stay trapped inside, replaying the situation over and over in your mind. Holding on to those feelings may seem justified, but over time, they drain your energy and keep you emotionally tied to the person who caused the pain. Forgiveness is not about them. It's about freeing yourself from that burden. Letting go of resentment does not mean you forget what happened or allow the same behavior again. It means you accept that the past cannot be changed and you choose not to let it control your present. You can forgive someone and still decide they no longer deserve access to your life. This balance is what protects your peace while preserving your self-respect. Forgiveness without boundaries leads to repeated hurt, but forgiveness with awareness leads to growth. Every painful experience carries a lesson, and recognizing that lesson is where your strength begins to show. Instead of focusing only on the betrayal, reflect on what the situation has taught you about trust, boundaries, and your own needs. You may discover signs you previously ignored or realize standards you now refuse to compromise. These insights are valuable because they guide your future decisions and help you build healthier relationships moving forward. Forgiveness also shifts your mindset from being stuck in the past to becoming focused on your future. When you stop feeding anger, you create space for peace, clarity, and emotional freedom. You begin to feel lighter, not because what happened was small, but because you are no longer allowing it to weigh you down. This emotional release gives you the strength to move forward without carrying unnecessary pain. At the same time, remembering the lesson ensures that your growth is not temporary. It helps you recognize your worth more clearly and strengthens your ability to walk away from anything that does not align with your values. You become more aware, more cautious in a healthy way, and more confident in protecting your heart. Choosing forgiveness is ultimately choosing yourself. It is a quiet but powerful decision to stop suffering over something you cannot change and start living with a stronger sense of peace and wisdom. It may not feel like it right now, but life has a way of redirecting you towards something better when something painful ends. When someone cheats or hurts you, it can leave you feeling empty, confused, and uncertain about what comes next. In those moments, it's easy to believe that you've lost something irreplaceable. But often, what you've actually lost is something that was no longer right for you. Trusting that better things are ahead requires patience, but it also requires belief in your own journey. Every ending creates space for a new beginning. When you hold on to the idea that something better is coming, you shift your focus from what you've lost to what you can gain. This mindset doesn't ignore the pain. It rises above it. It allows you to see possibilities instead of limitations. The right people, opportunities, and experiences cannot fully enter your life if you are still holding tightly to what has already hurt you. Hope is not about blind optimism. It's about quiet confidence that your future is not defined by your past. The pain you experience is only one chapter, not the entire story. When you continue to move forward even slowly, you begin to notice small positive changes. New connections, new perspectives, and new opportunities start appearing when you least expect them. These moments remind you that life continues to unfold in your favor when you allow it to. It's also important to rebuild your trust, not just in others, but in yourself. Trust that you will recognize red flags more clearly. Trust that you will set stronger boundaries. Trust that you will not settle for less than you deserve again. This self-trust becomes your foundation, making you stronger and more secure in future relationships. As time passes, what once felt like a painful loss often reveals itself as protection or redirection. You begin to understand that not everyone is meant to stay in your life, and that's okay. Some people are lessons, not lifelong companions. Their role is to teach you something valuable and then step aside so you can grow. When you truly believe that better things are coming, you start living differently. You become more open, more confident, and more aligned with what you deserve. And eventually, you will look back and realize that what hurt you didn't break you. It guided you towards something far greater. You are stronger than the pain you feel right now. Don't let someone else's actions control your happiness. Heal, grow, and keep moving forward because your best chapter is still ahead.